Do you think this teaching will eventually reach a wider audience?
Well, I highly doubt that. The amount of true seekers on this planet is just very limited. So it's not just a question of how many seekers this teaching will reach, but how many seekers are there to be reached. That's why we're not really interested in popularizing this teaching or spreading it. We just want to make it available to those who are sincerely looking for themselves, those few individuals which have the capacity to evolve, to meet their pure nature.
Why are there so few real seekers?
Well, because human consciousness has not evolved much. It has evolved externally, but not internally. Why? Perhaps not even the right question. It is just like that. Spirituality, evolution towards pure subjectivity is a big thing. It's we assume that it is something universally applicable to everyone, that everyone will eventually realize their true self, that sooner or later, we'll all become our complete self. But that's just idealistic thinking. Reality is different. There are very few seekers and very few who have the chance to actualize themselves, and who have also the intelligence to discard everything which is standing on their way. Discrimination is important. Before you find truth, you need to identify that which is not true, which is partially true or entirely false, and discard it so that you become open for the new to enter your life. Because life has to help you. But life cannot help you unless you are ready to help yourself. In order to enter spiritual path, one has to cross something that we call personality threshold. It is a dividing line between our personality, our human self, and our soul. Most of those who are on the path, they have not even come close to their personality threshold. They are just personalities, spiritual personalities. And they obviously are not ready to realize their true self. They just play the game of spirituality. It's like a game, entertainment. Spirituality on this planet, including all these traditions, is basically ruled by the collective me. There's no individuality there. It is all collective self. Collective self, which sometimes calls itself Buddhist, sometimes Advaita, sometimes Christian. It's basically collective me. There's no individuality there. And only individual can enter the path towards his pure subjectivity.
Is humanity as a whole evolving towards spirituality?
By spirituality you mean the evolution into our true self. It does not appear that way, contrary to what we might believe. From the observation of history, what has happened in this, in the evolution of spirituality along those centuries, it seems that we are regressing. We are basically becoming more superficial, more disconnected from that part of ourselves that is close to the soul. And considering the development of technology, of that electronics, humanity will become more and more superficial. So there will be a global regression in on the spiritual level. What matters is the evolution of individuals, because individuals are those who exist in the context of humanity, but which transcend the collective consciousness. They're able to think for themselves, they are able to ask the right questions, they're able to rebel against the collective status quo, including the religious and spiritual status quo. All that earth does not exist for humanity, it exists for individuals. They are the salt of the earth.